Pure was developed by Pure Filter Solutions for the dewatering of many applications, one being underground structures. The filter is part of the safety equipment to make certain the crews pump the water out of the manhole before entering. Using this method will not only make it safe for the operator, but safe for the environment by cleaning the water before putting it into the storm drain. The Pure filter connects easily to the end of a discharge hose, and clean water flows from the filter. The Pure filter comes with a male or female camlock fitting to match your pump. Here you see a PG&E truck coming to work in a vault. Vaults are often filled with water, and before the crew can perform any maintenance or equipment installation, OSHA requires that any potential hazards be removed before entering the vault. The crew is setting up the Department of Transportation work zone area. Using all the work zone equipment is important as the crew gets ready to work in the vault. Working in a safe environment is a #1 priority to PG&E. The crew determines the quality of the atmosphere within the vault or underground enclosure using approved PG&E protocols before opening the underground structure. Once the atmosphere is determined to be safe, the crew can continue with the following steps for inspecting the vault. Begin filling out the vault discharge record form as you get started. Visually inspect the vault to ensure that no hazardous materials are present and the integrity of any equipment and the vault are intact. If there are any issues with the vault, equipment, or other vault contents, note it on the vault discharge record form. Notify the appropriate personnel and implement any required corrective actions. The second page is a flow chart with directions on inspecting the vault. Using approved PG&E protocols, open the vault. Next, while wearing protective gloves, collect a sample of the vault content. Samples will be collected with a plastic bailer below the surface of the water and collecting at least 1 cup of liquid. Label the sample and allow it to settle for a minimum of 10 minutes. Observe the sample in full light to determine the vault content condition using the vault discharge record form. Checking for cloudiness, soil particles, discoloration, asphalt tar, oil sheen, PCBs, chemical odor, and sewage. It is very important to document the date, your location, including the city and cross streets, as well as if it is a previously used filter, and please provide us with your feedback to help us provide you with the best product. Visually compare the liquid sample to the indicator zones on the Pure filter label. The bottles shown are a succession of potential vault liquid samples that may be encountered. Crews should use the Pure filter when the vault water sample appears similar to the green zone and the yellow zone. Crews should call in a vacuum truck when the sample matches the red zone. Contact your supervisor or local EFS if the field crew cannot determine the discharge method. Once you've determined the need for a Pure filter, get the pump ready for discharging the vault. Grab the Pure filter from the truck and unroll it along the curb, keeping the metal layer closest to the ground. Lower the pump into the vault, keeping it 6 to 12 inches off the bottom of the vault to start. Eventually, once the water level decreases, move the pump down to the bottom of the vault. Make sure there is no debris on the curb that will flow with the clean water into the storm drain. If there is, sweep it up and dispose of it properly. Unroll the discharge hose towards the filter. Get the filter ready by opening the polytubing bag and attach the discharge hose to the Pure filter. Open up the other end of the polytubing bag for clean water to be directed towards the storm drain. When ready, turn the pump on. There are instructions and specs for the filter on the polytubing bag and found near the pump controls. The pure filter removes sediments, metals, and hydrocarbons from the contaminated water to meet water quality standard requirements. Now just watch the clean water flow. People may be curious about your process. Let them know that you are using a filter to follow the regulations of the Clean Water Act, helping to keep their surface waters clean. The pure filter can be used on multiple jobs until it is full. Once the vault is empty or the filter is full, the flow of the water will slow. Turn the pump off. Disconnect the hose from the pump and roll the hose towards the filter to force the remaining water through the filter. Then disconnect the hose from the filter and seal the Velcro back together. Roll the filter up like a sleeping bag and seal the Velcro at the end. A strap with a handle will be provided around the filter for easy handling. If the filter is full, the used filter gets disposed of at the service center or yard as non-hazardous waste. The fittings can be reused and would be collected at the service center to be shipped back to Pure Filter Solutions, as well as the polytubing bags. Safely remove the pump from the vault and break down the Department of Transportation work zone. While breaking down the work zone equipment, store items safely to help reduce accidents. Pure filters are available through the Remote Materials Warehouse. All you need is a purchase order number and give that number to the lead person in the warehouse. Getting it through the warehouse is the preferred method, and all lines of business are supported. The backup method is ordering through SRM. Pacific Gas and Electric carries 3 styles of Pure Filter Solutions Pure Filter. Style numbers are M561460, which is the large filter with 2-inch male fitting, metal safety liner, and polytubing bag. M561461, the large filter with 3-inch male fitting, metal safety liner, and polytubing bag. M561462 is a standard 5-foot filter with a 2-inch male fitting and a sealable bucket. Training follows regulations of procedure P19. All training materials and background information can be found on this form. This sheet of frequently asked questions can also be found at the previous link. For further questions, contact your supervisor or vault program manager. The Pure Filter is efficient, economical, easy to use, and environmentally friendly.